Hi everybody, welcome back to Life Prepared. I'm going to take you along with me while I make this really cute project known as a kitchen boa. Stick around and I'll be right back with the supply list. Okay, the supplies you're going to need is pretty simple: a pair of scissors, a hand towel or a dish towel, and you're going to need a piece of fabric that measures 9 inches by the width of the fabric, which is 1/3 of a yard. The first thing you're going to do is take the towel, you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to take your scissors and cut right along this edge. So it gives you 2 pieces. Like that. Okay? The second thing you're going to do is you're going to take this other material here. You're going to turn it so that the long side is together, and you're going to stitch all the way along here at about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to go to the machine and I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. I wanted to show you a little something if you're a brand new sewer, because I don't want you to get discouraged. Even the best of us who have been sewing for a long time sometimes make mistakes. As you can see, I did not get my seam completely filled in here. So I have to use my trusty seam ripper, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to go back to the point where I went a little off track here. So don't feel bad. And if you feel a little bit more secure, use some pins and you might not make the mistake that I did. As you can see, my trusty seam ripper took me back to the point. I kind of went a little off kilter here. So I'm going to take it back to the sewing machine, being very careful to line up my edges a lot better this time. I'm going to do a little back stitch here, and then I'm going to continue sewing all the way across to the end. Okay, well, I fixed my little mistake. So now we're just going to do some pressing here. I like to iron mine out really well. What this does is it sets these stitches really nice for you so they don't get puckered up later on. I press along the entire length. I'm going to take the fabric when I'm done with that, and I'm going to open it. The reason I put a crease here for a reason. I'm going to take this fabric and I'm going to open it this way, and I'm going to line this up on the center of the seam, and I'm going to press my seams open. Like so. Okay, I'm going to finish that up and I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to tell you, if it's not exactly centered, don't panic. This is going to be the bottom side of your project, and it's not going to make that big a deal. So the next step I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this under between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. The measurement's not that important. I'm going to make a press. I'm going to do that on both ends. If I can get it open here. And then I'm going to turn it right sides out. Once you have it turned right side out, you just have to center the seam the best you can and give it one more good press. A lot of people don't like to press. I understand. You can, some people will take it and just what's called finger press, which you can do too. Just push it down on a surface like so, and it'll make it all nice and flat for you. I like to press it out. Once again, it doesn't have to be exactly in the center. Just get it center-ish. How's that? Center-ish is better than not making one at all because you're worried about it. All right. And that, whoop. Make sure you tuck in these little ends. You don't want those sticking out. Not bad, right? The next step, I'll turn it this way so you can see a little better. You're going to take your half of the cloth that has the seam on the inside here. You want that facing up. And what you're going to do is you're going to gather it slightly, however you like to do this, okay? If you're not confident, use some pins. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with using a few pins. We're going to fit this inside here. Straighten them out the way you like them. If you like the ends tucked under a little bit, I would tuck them this direction because you want the ends towards the back, right? I tuck my end in a little bit like this. And I tucked in a good 1/2 inch inside. And I'm going to fiddle with it just a little bit more once I get to the sewing machine. I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew across here, and I'm going to do it one more time so that seals this down really nice, and I'll be right back. There you go, it's stitched. Now if you're worried and you're new and you want to fuss around with your pleats here a little bit, feel free. Take your towel and a couple of pins. We just need the overall size about 4 inches. And again, you can switch that up once you get in the sewing machine. I like to take the first fold towards the back because that way this is going to be on the back. And then you just stick a pin in it if you need to. Make another fold. Put a pin. This is probably going to be a little bit wide, so I'll take a little bit bigger pleats here. And that's okay. Don't worry. It's better to get the project done than to not do the project at all. I guarantee whoever you give this to, if not yourself, they're going to love it. There we go. Turn this one under. Make a pleat here, I guess. Then turn this towards the back. Put your pin. We're going to measure and see how it's going to fit. It's better too big than too small. That's fine. Now go to the sewing machine and sew across here. You just want to catch the edges of all these folds. I'll show you that, give you a little more confidence, and I'll be right back. All right, there you go. I sewed my pleats in. So now all I have to do, now these are to the back, remember, is fit it inside the opening. I just had to get it close, right? I'm going to take it to my machine and I'm going to sew it down, making a little back stitch at each end. I forgot to tell you on the other side. And then I'm going to sew a second row across here. When I'm done with that, I'll be right back. All right, everyone, what do you think? Turned out cute, didn't it? I know, as this kitchen diva, I like keeping my hands clean. Anyway, all jokes aside, if you like this project, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll know the next time I have a project that's easy for you to make.